The title of this video says Foundational Activities of Dentistry as a Business. Nuts and bolts of a successful dental practice. Really? Do we really need nuts and bolts in dentistry? If we need them, what exactly are the nuts and bolts of a successful dental practice? Let's find out in today's video. Hi, I'm Dr. Bhavdeep Ahuja. I'm a dentist with 23 plus years of experience, and along with dentistry, I'm training and coaching colleagues on the topics of practice management, medical legal consent, and finances in dentistry. So in this video of mine, I will uncover the 10 foundational activities of a business. So this is going to be a pretty decently sized long video. So please stay till the end, till you find out all the 10 foundational activities, which are paramount for us in understanding these aspects. So let's go and find out in the presentation itself. So nuts and bolts, as I said, foundational activities, yes, it is a part of successful dental practice. So the question is nuts and bolts, because we don't treat dentistry like a business. So my first question is dentistry a business? You would say yes, you would say no. But then wasn't it a noble profession when I last heard it? Yes and no, maybe, really. So how? I do consider dentistry as a business, and all of you should as well, because anything that has income and expenses, I&E at the end of the day, is a business. So if, yes, it is a noble profession guided by, you can say, DCI's code of ethics, but still at the end of the day, if it has income and expenses, you need to consider it as a business. So if I ask you again in a reframe format, do we really treat dentistry like a business? The problem is dentistry to most colleagues is like patient treatment, convincing skills, bargaining skills, and meaty baatein. I'm sorry to say, really very sorry to say, it's not. Dentistry is also about learning the foundational activities. And every business has a few foundational activities. A normal business would have marketing, sales, HR, R&D, accounting, financing, and so on. So they may have 6 to 7 to 8 components, but I say dentistry has 10 components, 10 fundamentals of management in dentistry. And application of these fundamental is the key to understanding the foundational activities or the nuts and bolts. So what are they? Let's find out. Because the foundational activities of any business would still remain the same. So number one, marketing, foundational activity for a stable and a successful business is marketing. Now, when I say marketing, it does not mean advertising alone. It means adding value in people's lives. Number two is sales. When I say sales, it is not about just pitching. It is about making sure that you get repetitive scales, repetitive business, retention of customers. It means sales in that regard. Now, the third foundational activity is operations, which is the actual clinic working. It does not mean the dental treatment part. It means dealing with the patient, with the internal marketing factors and managing of the patients via your, which include the customer satisfaction, which includes so many other aspects which are related to the management of the patient, other than the aerator and the drill and the other dentistry armamentarium. Now, number four is R&D, research and development. Now, research and development does not mean that you put on a lab coat and start doing an experiment and the fumes are coming out of your test tubes. It actually means adding new services every now and then, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, so that you're doing some innovation in dentistry, innovation in your practice, so that the patient also feels that, yes, my doctor is adapting to the changing times. Number five is accounting and financing. People don't care how much OPD you have. People are fond of flaunting an OPD of 40, 50, 60 on internet. A dentist does not need those numbers. What matters at the end of the day is what comes in my bank account actually. And that is what I carry home. I don't carry home anything other than that. Then sixth is the most important activity, human resource. Unfortunately, the most abused resource in India and the most valued resource abroad or in the Western world. And of course, the team building, team management, all the parts of the clinic pertaining to the human resources are taken up in this. Number 7 foundational activities, documentation and paperwork, and primarily record keeping and customized consent come in that. And trust me, by law also you need to maintain record for at least 3 years. So it is not that you are doing it for that purpose. Forget the law part for a minute, but record keeping is your one big Bible kind of a document, a holy document, which actually helps you to go over and analyze so many things. There are so many hidden gems and diamonds in your record keeping itself. So number 8 is the regulatory or the legal and the ethical, the statutory guidelines by the government of India, which you have to follow in your practice, and there is no way out. There is absolutely no substitute to those guidelines. You have to follow means you have to follow. Then number 9, what all you are doing in your practice, if you're not measuring that, tracking that, or benchmarking that, which means you are actually gauging the progress. If you're not gauging the progress, if you're not measuring, you actually don't grow. You only can make assumptions. So it is very well said that you don't grow something which you are not measuring. And of course, last but not the least by any standards, management. It is needed more and more as you grow, and you are needed more at the back end than the front end. Front end is where you are meeting and greeting people and doing everything in your clinic, even and in the initial phase of the clinic. And initial phase, I would count even the middle road also sometimes in that, which means 0 to 10 years, 0 to 12 years, 15 years. Once you grow into that arena or into that size, you obviously after that part, you start taking care of more of the back end. We start delegating more things to your staff, more things to your associate, again depending upon your tier of practice, tier city size, and of course the size of your practice. This is not applicable to everyone. Some people continue to have a single chair throughout their life, and they do 30-40 years of practice on a single chair in a 150-200 square yard area. That's perfectly fine. There are certain things won't be applicable of management to them, but some aspects still would be applicable to them also. But the rest of the 9 aspects are applicable to each and every one of them. There is no escaping these things, and you actually will grow only if you take care of these 10 factors, because the fundamentals don't change. And of course, these in separately, if we go to these topics separately, they will need 1, 2, 3 days depending upon the specialty to elaborate them, to discuss them, which I vehemently do in my practice management or my consent or my record keeping workshops, and of course finance workshops separately. So all these things are covered in over there, but it's not I'm not pitching you about those workshops, but what I'm telling you is that somebody who does not understand these 10 aspects is actually not using dentistry to its optimum scale. And of course, these things are not inexcusable, as I have already said. So do think about it. How many aspects out of 10 are you following? Do let me know in the comment section. How many out of 10 are you actually following or doing? And if you're doing 10 on 10, please do put in the comment section. I'll be looking forward to this. But those of you who don't have even 4 or 5 out of 10, I'm sorry to put you into think mode. Japnam, that has been, you can say, the ashram meme, which has been going on. So thank you. And if you like this video, please, please do share with friends and colleagues. And please do subscribe to my channel. And from new financial year, the YouTube videos of decent size length from 5 to 10, 5 to 12 minutes would be coming only on Wednesdays. The rest of the days, we may have small little shots of 5-10 seconds or so, but a long video would only be coming on Wednesday itself from the new financial year. So take care. Bye-bye. And I see you in my next video very, very shortly, next Wednesday. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye. Take care.